Welcome back to Poland. So much going on here. Ty Woffenden goes from eager Brit to Speedway GP legend in one fell swoop. Darcy Ward, the comeback man, and the comeback man because of what he did in Heat 14. This is Heat 13 though, and Freddie Lindgren failing to get away from the line in yellow there, but up front it was Thomas Golub resurgent as Andreas Jonsson managed to barge his way through to second. That's Jonsson there pushing his way through. Eventually he nerfs Andreas Lindback out of the way. Lindback pushed through to second. There's Lindback in the back of the shot, and Andreas Jonsson comes through to second, but it was all about Thomas Golub in Heat 13. Bike number 4, the local man, came good, and after a blip early on, he's now resurgent with 9 points to Thomas Golub. Golub then confirmed as the winner ahead of Jonsson and Lindback, eventually finishing in third. Now, we had all sorts of problems with Heat 14. You may have seen there that the tapes went up lopsided. The outside lane, the yellow lane there, was deemed to be going up too slowly. It was going up too slowly, of course, and Graham Brodie, the start official, had a right job on his hands trying to sort out the problems with the tapes. It took forever, it seemed, to get down there, but when they did restart, look at this. Darcy Ward in yellow goes down, slams into the barrier. It was Vasilik who tapped Pedersen. Pedersen in white gets tapped by Vasilik in red, and he taps Darcy Ward, and Darcy Ward goes down. You can just see here all bunch up, no space to go for Darcy Ward, goes down, and there was worries that his thumb injury was going to be hurt again in that spill. Darcy Ward made his way back to the pits, and the lads had a big delay, but they eventually got underway again. And then Darcy Ward in yellow, brilliant move from him, looked across nice and early, saw the big gap, dive through, did rider number 15 in yellow, Darcy Ward, and just behind him Iverson in blue, barged past Vasilik eventually in red. But watch Darcy Ward in yellow, has a good look across there to the inside, dives up the inside. Does Darcy Ward and crash or not? Nothing was getting ahead of Darcy Ward. Right, let's get back then to the live action then, and Heat 17 with Nigel Pearson and Kelvin Tatum.
An important race then, heat number 17, and still points needed by each of these riders to reach the semi-finals. It really is the business end of the competition now, and nobody is going to go through the card with a maximum, and I can tell you that Nicky Pedersen is going to be on a new bike here, Kelvin.
Yeah, he's possibly feels that he just needs to find a little bit more speed, and he just got outpaced in his last one, got tailed off, didn't he? So he feels that this is the opportunity to change the bike. Brave, because he's managed 8 points on the previous one, and at times has looked pretty strong, but there's been quite a big decision, in actual fact, coming out for your last ride on a new bike when you really need points. He has clearly every faith in the fact that the crew have made the decision with himself to give it a real good go. There they are, keenly looking on. I'm sure they're a little tense about the fact that they've made a big decision.
Let's take a look at the lineup then for heat number 17.
Freddie Lindgren.
Disappointment for Freddie with that retirement earlier.
Needs a point here to secure semi.
He needs at least a point as well to stay in contention.
Yeah, he's been good tonight.
Reminder, if you do finish level and the top 8 is not clear-cut, then it goes down to a count-back system, race wins, and then who beat who, and all the rest of it. So every point is absolutely vital here in the closing stages of this Grand Prix. The last 4 races to decide the qualifiers now, then we're into the semi-finals, and then into the final. That final's going to be worth watching. Don't go anywhere, folks. The final is going to be something special here tonight in the Polonia Stadium, Bydgoszcz. Heat number 17 of the FIM European Speedway Grand Prix. And gate number 3 works for Zegar, but Pedersen is there. Oh! All over the place. place, Lindgren, and now Zagar has the lead, and now Pedersen coming round the outside of Saifutinov for second place right now. And Freddie Lindgren, how he stayed on the bike there, goodness only knows.
It was a miracle. Out in front, though, the main benefactor of that, of course, is Zagar looking good. He's looking good for a semi-final slot. Fast out in front. Pedersen on his second bike. Hustles his way. And how on earth, he also lifted quite hard in the first corner. He's got himself into second place. Saifutinov there. This point will just about do for him. 9 points will see you through. Freddie Lindgren, disappointing for him. Remarkable that he actually stayed upright in the first turn. But Zagar, well, he's enjoying a really good night here, just what the doctor ordered.
Speaking to a lot of the journalists here from the Speedway Star magazine and all the other media outlets here in the press area earlier today, Matty Zagar was strongly fancied because of the form that he's been in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And he's kicking on here. Pedersen has to lock up to avoid Emil Saifutinov going underneath him, and he gets second place, and Saifutinov third, and Freddie Lindgren, well,
good ride there.
It was a miracle he stayed on the bike.
Yeah, clearly a rut there on the inside, and it was a bucking bronco there for Freddie Lindgren in the first corner, and disappointment for him, fails to score in the last ride, but Matty Zagar will be absolutely delighted. The 3 points for him is a huge result, and that will mean we will see him later on in the semi-finals.
So the result, Zagar the winner with Nicky Pedersen second there, and Saifutinov was third. So it means that we have 3 riders on 10 points now. Pedersen and Zagar join Ty Woffington. Remember, it's vital to finish as high up as you can for a first pick of gate positions in the semi-finals.
Absolutely, and you're dead right about his form coming into tonight, Nigel. He's been riding in Britain and in Poland, and he's been scoring double figures everywhere. And that's now reflected in his performance in here. Look at that. How on earth did Fredrik Lindgren stay on his motorbike? Nicky Pedersen went very wide, and I have to say that the man that takes full advantage is the man in the white helmet colour, Matty Zagar. It's Lindgren on the inside in the red helmet colour. They come charging in the first corner. Pedersen hits a little bit of a rut, but look at that. Unbelievable how on earth he stayed on, but it relegates him to the back because everybody just rushes by him. That man out in front, he certainly didn't wait for Fredrik Lindgren, did he? He is flat out in front. He moves on to 10 points, and he's comfortably into the top 8. Frustration for Nicky Pedersen. He's on 10 points. So demanding of his team, desperate to win. And you wouldn't rule it out, and he's in there. But Zagar, after 5 points in New Zealand, he's doubled that here this evening, and he's got races to come.
Yep, heat number 18 is coming up. Big race for Jarek Campbell. He's only on 7 points. Gollop's in this one as well off gate 3, and Woffington off the outside on 10 points. So
yeah, the clash of the poles here. 1 and 2, of course, in New Zealand. I have to say that Gollop took gate 2 when gate 1 had been so much of an advantage, and you have to say that may well have been a mistake, but he's coming out of gate 3. It'll be interesting to see what he does. Hampel, you rightly say, is requiring points. Here we go.
Jarek Hampel.
Big race for Jaroslav Hampel here.
Yeah, he needs every point he can get.
Been spectacular tonight.
Fantastic so far this evening, Ty Woffington. Brilliant.
Yeah, he looks quick, Woffington, does he? It'll be interesting to see how he gets on from gate number 4 on the outside of Gollop here.
Yeah, but he's been good coming through the traffic as well. You could see his racing brain is absolutely switched on. He's been turning back up the inside, making long straights. He rides the bike brilliantly, but never easy to beat the poles round here, and particularly when you've got Gollop in the race. Great racing prospect.
Heat number 18 here. Krista Gardell with his finger on the button and away from the start. Gollop off gate number 3 in white, super ride. And now Woffington tries to switch up the inside. There's no room there, surely.
No.
And now Gollop goes around the outside. Super ride from Thomas Gollop. Second place is with Jarek Campbell, but Woffington is going to come high and round the outside, and he looks quick here. Woffington has got speed. He's going to challenge Campbell. Here he comes, round the outside. He's in the dirt. Woffington!
Brilliant stuff from Ty Woffington. Really worked hard there. Gets himself round the outside of Jarek Campbell. Great stuff from Gollop, but Ty Woffington, I tell you what, Gollop's going to have to wind it on here because Ty Woffington is really fast. Down the back straight, lap and a half to go.
Well, this is a big result for Ty Woffington because it's going to put him on to 12 big points.
Whoa, here he comes.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Gollop out in front. Now Woffington to the inside. Gollop should have it under control, but the Brit riding brilliantly in second place.
He's got speed, Woffington, but it's going to be a win for Gollop. Gollop's into the semi-finals. The Bydgoszcz crowd are delighted. A win for Thomas Gollop. Ty Woffington with a hard-fought victory. victory. A hard-fought second place even, and that moves him on to 12 points, and he's going to have a good pick of gate positions for the semi-finals now.
Big bonus, those 2 points for him. He will have an excellent draw. I'm sure he won't be taking the outside gate. Thomas Golub, after that second ride where he failed to score, has had 4 wins here this evening, moving on to 12 points. The crowd love him. He's loving it out there. He's a difficult man to beat on his night here. He won't, he'll go close this evening, but you have to say that Ty Wolfenden has really matured here this evening. Fabulous performance from him in second place, but Golub out in front. He's the main man.
Hampel was in third place there. So this is what it means. Golub and Wolfenden lead the GP on 12 points apiece. And that is a terrific achievement from the young man, Ty Wolfenden. But what about Thomas Golub? Such a hard man to beat, especially on this track.
Yeah, he takes full advantage here. He's coming out of gate 3. And Wolfenden tries to go. You're absolutely right. You called this absolutely spot on, Nigel. He does the big turn back, but there's just no room for him. He gets blocked out by Hampel, and he just can't make his way through. And while he's trying to find his way through, this man in the white helmet colour, he sweeps around the outside and charges down the back straight. Look, just bunched up on the inside, and that allows Golub that little bit of extra racing room to get himself to the front. Wolfenden then takes care of Hampel. He has the extra speed, and he swoops around the outside for a really useful 2 points.
He wouldn't mind backing Wolfenden to win the British title this year for the first time. It's been Chris Harris and Scott Nichols who've been British champion.
You wouldn't mind backing Ty Wolfenden to win the British Grand Prix, Nigel?
Yeah. And the British final is on his home track, Wolverhampton.
Yeah, he's gone close, hasn't he, once or twice, and I'm sure he would love to win the British title on his home track. I've been very fortunate to have done that myself, and it's a smashing feeling and something to be very proud of. But he can be very proud of his performance so far tonight. You know, 12 points, and this is a tough place to come.
Heat number 19 it is, and points needed for Greg Hancock off the inside.
He's had a tough night tonight.
Still points needed for him.
Well, he needs to get something out of tonight.
Yeah, he needs to take some sort of consolation away, Kasper Zak, doesn't he? He got 6 points in New Zealand and has yet to score tonight. So it's been a nightmare start to his
particularly in Poland
campaign. Yeah,
you know, he would. You know, this is a nightmare for him. This is going to knock him. It's going to take a little while to get over. It's going to sting for some days after this one, and he needs to get to a track tomorrow and just put it out of his system. But here, one final chance to get amongst the points for him.
Heat number 19, the penultimate race of the qualifying heats here. Some high-profile casualties tonight. Vasilik, Jonsson, Lindback and Kasper Zak, but Jonsson has made a good start off too here. Now Hancock holds the inside line, but coming around the outside in white. What a move that is from Niels Christian Iversen. What a move from the Dane. Simply spectacular for Niels Christian Iversen. Hancock now battling with Jonsson. Jonsson is in second place, Hancock third.
Yeah.
And that will leave Hancock sweating on the countback as well.
He will do. We've got to say that was a good move earlier on from Andreas Jonsson there to get himself into second spot. It could cost Greg Hancock. Hancock really could do with getting into second place to guarantee a top 8 tonight. Out in front, it's looking good for Niels Christian Iversen. This could be a second win for him on the night. Might not be enough for him, but you've got to say he's looking good. Andreas Jonsson could double his score here. Right up by the safety fence, really beginning to wind it on. But you have to say, Iversen out in front looks like he's got this one sewn up.
Looking superb, 6 points before this race. This is a magnificent result for Niels Christian Iversen. It won't surprise Kings Lynn Stars fans because they see him do this week in and week out. And that is a superb ride from the Dane, Niels Christian Iversen. 9 points for him now.
Yep. He's through on 9 points, I would suggest, and you have to rightly say, Nigel, he's ridden well this evening. He's been riding well for the last 18 months, in actual fact. Last season was clearly his best, won the World Cup and qualified for the Grand Prix outright, and has been doing sterling work for the Kings Lynn Stars back in the UK. But Heat 19 belongs to Niels Christian Iversen.
Yeah, super ride.
2 points for Jonsson, and of course just a solitary point for Greg Hancock, with Kasper Zak failing to score on the night. That is a huge disappointment.
Iversen on 9 points now, well in the top 8. And we've got one race to go. And Hancock disappointed. 3 third places on the trot now for Greg Hancock after a great start to the night as well.
Yeah, it looked really impressive early doors, but as the track has changed, he just hasn't had the speed that's been needed. First corner, bouncing off the fence, down the back straight, and it's Iversen that charges to the front. Jonsson got up the inside of Hancock. to say that Jonsson makes a super start here, and Kasperzak looking for a way through. But look at the speed that Iversen gets coming off that first corner. Really good stuff from him, and that's where he stays. And AJ coming through into second place. He showed good speed there, but it's a little bit too late. He hustled for those 2 points, but Iversen on 9 points, he could well be a threat.
Yeah, super right. He's got a lovely style as well, Niels Christian Iversen, particularly for a track like this. And
yeah, perfect.
When you see him glide round the Norfolk Arena as well, he's just so natural, isn't he?
Yeah, but he can ride the small ones as well. You know, he scored a half of points when he guested up at Wolverhampton the other day, which is a tight track, and he did well there. And he's clearly now focused and he can perform everywhere. But you're absolutely right. He's a tall rider, and he looks very suited to a bigger track. And so far tonight, he's been doing a solid job. Heat 20 coming up. The world card, Bydgoszcz, who failed to score last time, he'd dearly like to do something on the inside. But the pressure here, you have to say, is on Chris Holder, the world champion. He's on 7 points. Am I right, Nigel? He's on 7, and he needs something special.
Out of contention on 3.
Darcy Ward.
Yeah, going great guns now.
Chris Holder.
Needs to get the victory under his belt here, you feel. Remember, every point you score in every race counts towards your overall Grand Prix total. So over the 12 rounds, it does make a difference, no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah. You know, at this early stage of the season, you know, you could drop a point or just switch off momentarily. That could well actually cost you a top 8 position if you struggle throughout the year. So you've got to keep focused, got to keep trying. And you have to say that Andreas Jonsson has done that tonight. He hasn't had a great night, far from it, but he did try his hardest in the last 2 rides. But settled down for Heat 20. The world champion under pressure coming from the outside.
Take prize, and it's a good start from gate number 2 and the inside gate as well. Christoph Bydgoszcz, and
look at that Holder move.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff from the world champion. Really hustled through there. Great battling down the back straight. Darcy Ward in second place round the outside. Darcy Ward round the outside. Oh! Contact down the back straight between Holder and Ward. Ward winding it on once again. Chris Holder absolutely desperate. Now Ward on the inside. Done him. Done him.
Well, brilliant ride from Darcy Ward. These two are big pals, but they're rivals out on the track in the Grand Prix. No question about that. Darcy Ward then in the white helmet has the lead. Chris Holder, the reigning world champion, in second. He's a bit wound up, you feel, as well. Holder in second place. Bydgoszcz is in third. Holder's coming back for more.
Ward's out of shape.
Loses it completely.
Oh, nearly clips the fence. Holder now switches to the outside. These two Aussie boys out in front, putting on a great display. I fancy Ward's got it. This has
Ward's
been
looked over his left shoulder, and here comes Holder now. He's got to look over his right shoulder, and he's got the victory under his belt. And Darcy Ward is heading through to the semi-finals of this European Speedway Grand Prix. This is breathtaking Speedway. And the two boys there, Ward and Holder, they've travelled together, they've spent time together, but there, well, that could have ended up something nasty.
Could have ended up in tears there, there's no question. There was big contact as they came over the start and finish line. Late on in the race, Ward had so much speed coming out of that fourth corner. Got to say that Holder slammed the door shut, but it was a fabulous ride and a great show from the two Aussies.
Well, welcome back to Poland. What action we have had. Look at this, chopping through. This is Holder making his way through. He needed to get a result, did Holder, and he's tried to push his way through. This was in Heat 20. We just saw it. Holder comes round, but Darcy Ward in white on the outside. That is Darcy Ward. Look at Ward go. He was looking across there at Holder. Holder in yellow, though, making a great move as he dived up the inside. Well, he copied Darcy Ward from what we saw earlier on, did Holder in yellow, but watch him here on the right of your frame. You'll see him pop through as he sees the gap and he dives up the inside. No problem at all for Holder, and that's it. But look at this. Ward on the outside in white, Holder in yellow. They come through, no room at all, licking the fence as they go through. They hit, coming through into lap 3. Ward absolutely flying as he comes around the outside. Oh, so close as well to wiping out again into the last lap. And it's Darcy Ward who holds up Holder. Holder really needed the points all there to make sure he got through into the semi-finals. 7 points just for Holder, the reigning world champion going into this one. But in the end, it was Ward who held off Holder to the end. It was a fantastic result there from Darcy Ward. And you think about the evening he's had, a crash, a possible aggravation of that thumb injury earlier on. He goes out, he finds the way through the field, and it's incredible. Right, let's go over to Nigel and Kelvin then, because the guys are making their draw.
Oh, fine too.
Yeah.
To nie nasza wina. To nie nasza wina.
And Saifudanov, who's had a steady night, he gets the outside gate. Not the favourite one, but who knows? We see on plenty of occasions the stats go right out the window at this stage of the meeting, and anything could happen. It's been a fantastic night of Speedway so far.
So, here's the lineup for the semi-finals.
Chris Holder.
9 points to his name.
Niels Christian Iversen.
Yeah, really impressive in his last ride.
Matej Žagar.
Been really steady tonight. Impressive.
Tomáš Golob.
Yeah, Golub's been really outstanding so far.
Emil Saifudanov.
Steady, 9 points.
Ty Wolfenden.
Can he go all the way? What a night he's having.
Darcy Ward.
Has worked hard and been in the wars as well, again.
Nicky Pedersen.
Well, Pedersen's been brilliant. He's really had to work hard for those 10 points, and you just don't know which way it's going to go. You know, Wolfenden has shown terrific speed. Ward, after an indifferent start in his opening ride, has really found the key to the place. I bet he likes the place right now. You know, he wasn't sure a few races ago, but with back-to-back wins, the gate wins here. This is interesting now. Pretty even, and you have to say it's not clear-cut where you should start from. Obviously, the inside gate is going to go, but also Wolfenden's got gate 3.
But conditions can change as well, Kelvin, can they not?
They will. They will
a gate
change.
can be favourable early on, but
Yeah.
with the change in temperature and weather conditions, it can change
And
dramatically.
also the way the track develops, isn't it, and track grading, and of course they'll do some work on the track prior to the semi-finals, or certainly prior to the finals. But just reflecting on what we've seen so far, Nigel, it's been a super night of Speedway. Very rarely fails to live up to expectation here in Bydgoszcz, and once again, after a couple of years away from here, we're back, and we've been you know, royally entertained so far. But you know, you have to say, for me right now, I would say that Golub's favourite for the night. It's not an easy call, but he certainly has been impressive. Just one ride where there was a blip, but after that he's been unbeaten. So he's coming out of the inside gate, and it'll be interesting to see how the main man gets on.
So the semi-finals are upon us here. It's the motorsportwatch.com European FIM Speedway Grand Prix here at the Polonia Stadium in Bydgoszcz, and the first semi-final we have two world champions, Tomáš Golob and Chris Holder, the reigning world champion, and then we have Nicky Pedersen in semi-final 2. But good to see some youngsters coming through, Žagar, Ward, Wolfenden, Saifudanov, all in the semi-finals, and it's been an excellent Speedway meeting. Iversen now waiting to prepare for action. There's the clock. 2-minute time allowance down to almost a minute for Niels Christian Iversen.
So a little bit of concern there for Niels Christian Iversen. He should be coming out of the gate 3 position in the white helmet colour. Just should have enough time. Just been to the fuel station to make sure that tank is topped right up. Don't want to run out of fuel at this vital stage. He's got 50-odd seconds to go. He should make it reasonably comfortably, but not the ideal way to prepare yourself for the semi-finals. But
he's coming out now.
Just about to emerge out of the pit tunnel. Here he comes across the centre green. Woohoo! Here we go.
It's a good job there's not a football or rugby pitch in the middle there. The groundsman would be going crazy, wouldn't he?
He would indeed. He'd be having kittens. But here we go.
First semi-final coming up. You watch him go here. He's off the inside.
Matej Žagar.
He's really enjoyed a good night.
Niels Christian Iversen.
A win last time out, got him through.
Chris Holder.
Pressure on the world champion, needs a big first corner.
So we're down to the semi-final stage then here in Bydgoszcz. The first European Grand Prix of the season. We move on to Sweden, the Ullevi Stadium, Gothenburg, in a couple of weeks' time. Hope you can join us for that as well. Well, here we have two semi-finals and the final to come. Golub's made a beauty off the inside. What a gate from Tomasz Golub. And Zagar's there. And now Holder's come through. And Golub's under threat here. And now Golub comes through. What a ride!
Whoa, what a move from Golub. He got swamped in the first corner, but he split them down the back straight. Zagar's there. Holder there, desperate to try and get him up to the points. Zagar goes wide. Holder chops back to the inside. Is there room? No, there isn't. Zagar slams the door shut. Holder's all over the back of Zagar. Round the outside this time. He's looking. Zagar knows he's there. He slams the door shut. Golub's away. Everson's out the back. Holder up the inside. This is going to get tight. Down the back straight. Neck and neck.
Holder's trying absolutely everything here. Matej Zagar looking to get through to the fourth final of his career. And he's looking good because he's riding a good line. Golub has gone. He's in the final, barring mechanical failure. Zagar second at the moment. And this is a great result for Matej Zagar. Everson's coming with a big swoop around the outside as well. Here comes Everson, but Zagar's going to get there. The crowd respond to Tomasz Golub.
Oh, yeah, they do indeed.
Zagar second. They are the first two finalists in the European Speedway Grand Prix.
Brilliant
What
ride.
a race.
It was a good race because Golub was under all sorts of pressure. He got swamped coming out of the first corner and then had to split Holder and Zagar down the back straight to get him back to the front. Once he hit the front, he had great speed. He celebrates like he's won the meeting almost. One more race to go, Tomasz, before you can do that. But certainly, he's enjoying it. He's showing plenty of spirit and passion. Really tight for third place on the run to line. A fancy Holder just about hangs on in front of Everson. But Tomasz Golub, really classy round there, and he just found that little bit extra down the back straight to make sure he hit the front again. Semi-final.
Tomasz Golub is through to his 63rd final of his career. Don't put him
bad,
past
is
him
it?
getting his 23rd win as well.
Well, will he win here for the 8th time, Nigel?
Astonishing, absolutely astonishing. Zagar second. This is what it means overall now to the points on the night. Golub leads on 15. Zagar's moved up to 12, and he's got potential for more. The world champion, Chris Holder, fails to make the final.
Yeah, and he had gate 4 in the semi-final in New Zealand, and he just slipped out that night, and a similar scenario has happened to him here this evening. He is not in the picture. Here he comes. And you have to say here, at this very early stage, he's in second place. But look at Golub. Look how he then responds down that back straight and gets himself between Holder and Zagar and to the front. And that's where he stays. Zagar rides a very intelligent race here. He's under an awful lot of pressure from the world champion for 4 long laps. But he never moves out. He doesn't make a mistake. He's in good form. And he shows great composure in second place. And he goes through to the final to join Golub. Holder, of course, will be disappointed. He hasn't had the outright speed tonight, and he's found it difficult to win races, and he just misses out. But Golub now on 15 points. That's out of 18, and he's looking terrific. Disappointment for Holder. He's got a hatful of points, but, you know, as a world champion, it's not 15. That was Golub's graphic, but you have to say that he would have been looking for more.
Yeah. Chris Holder's night is over. He's got double figures, 10 points, so overall he's got 19 from 2 meetings.
Yeah, solid start, but here we go for semi-final 2.
Darcy Ward.
What a performance from the youngster.
Well, the same applies to Ty.
9 points for the Russian. Knows this Bydgoszcz track inside out, is the track record holder. Who do you fancy here for the 2 to go through?
Well, I fancy Ward and Woofenden here, you know.
Oh, you're writing Nicky off.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I walked straight into that. Here we go. Fantastic stuff from Pedersen away from the inside. He's there for first. Here comes Fudenoff. Whoa!
And here in second place right now is Darcy Ward. Ty Woofenden third. Nicky Pedersen at the back. What a move that was by Emil Sayfutdinov. Second place is Darcy Ward. He's coming up the inside now.
Oh!
He's going to take Sayfutdinov.
What a move from Darcy Ward. Front wheel on the grass. Now Sayfutdinov back. Ty Woofenden is there in third place lurking.
Sayfutdinov on the inside, Kelvin. And Woofenden as well. Oh, my goodness gracious me.
Now Ward back on the inside. He hits the front. That's Speedway from the gods. Down the back.
Woofenden again for second. This is obscene. Absolutely obscene. The lead is Emil Sayfutdinov. Woofenden second, Ward third. Nicky Pedersen is a spectator at the back. Here comes Woofenden again in white. Really chasing hard. He's quicker than Sayfutdinov. Sayfutdinov holds the line. It's going to be Sayfutdinov and Woffinden in the final of the European Grand Prix. I need to lie down in a dark room.
Wow, what a speedway race that was. It was incredible stuff. We've seen some entertainment between Darcy Ward and Ty Woffinden earlier on, but that race surpassed it. The move initially from Emil Sayfutdinov in the first corner was truly out of the top draw, and then the moves between the three of them, as you rightly say, you know, you said I'd written Nicky Pedersen off. As it turns out, it was the right call, because he was absolutely, he had the best seat in the house watching it from fourth place. But, well, words fail me there, because the action just said everything.
Here's a result of the second semi-final. Emil Sayfutdinov the winner. Ty Woffinden was second. Ward third. Pedersen at the back. To be fair, Calv, I'm not going to put you on the spot like that again. That was pretty harsh to predict, wasn't it?
Wow, it was just an incredible speedway race, and Sayfutdinov produced something truly extraordinary. It was an extraordinary speedway race, and you have to say that we see it again. Can't wait to see it again. Pedersen makes a great jump, but that's really all it wrote for him. Look at the move there, charged up the inside Sayfutdinov. That move has been pulled off several times. And now the fireworks begin, because all sorts of scenarios are going on now. So, got to say, we're looking at Pedersen on the inside. We're initially, here we go. Sayfutdinov up the inside and gets the better of Darcy Ward. Darcy Ward then does a brilliant move. He hits the front. Ty Woffinden then gets amongst it. Here we go. Woffinden initially gets into second place. Now look at this move from Ward. Ward with the front wheel right over the grass. Off the air fence, off the dirt, right on the grass. Hits the front there, then down the back straight. This is speedway out of the top draw.
Emil Sayfutdinov.
Well, welcome back to Poland. We're heading towards the final now. The draw has been made, and it is Golob Zagar. That man there, Ty Woffinden, there's Matty Zagar. 12 points he scored tonight, but fine right from him. Thomas Golob had a tricky start, it has to be said. He had one no score, but then 4 wins on the bounce for Thomas Golob. And every time he finds a bit of drive out there, there is man number 4, Thomas Golob. Every time he finds a bit of drive out there, the Polish crowd go absolutely crazy, as you would imagine, cheering their man on. But our man, Ty Woffinden, absolutely fantastic performance from Woffinden. He's come through brilliantly. He's been leading the championship overall. He's been leading the points. 12 points the good was Ty Woffinden. Same score as Thomas Golob and Darcy Ward. Ward knocked out in the second semi-final. Darcy Ward didn't make the final. Sayfutdinov then, Ty Woffinden, Thomas Golob and Matej Zagar. They are the riders going through into the final of what has been a brilliant performance here. Chris Holder, the reigning champion, who you just saw there, just getting ready in the pits. He's not taking point. So let's go and talk now to Steve, hear from Steve Brandon now, who is with Chris Holder.
Chris Holder, a semi-final in which everyone had a chance at times.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed. Obviously, I didn't get enough points that I wanted to. I want to be in the final, but, you know, the only sort of good thing, you know, I was battling all night and still managed to salvage a semi, and, you know, it wasn't much in it to get through. So 10 points is 10 points, you know, I'll take that. But, you know, a little bit more time and I think I'll be right.
Some learning done about the bikes tonight, though, that going forward could be helpful.
Yeah, it's quite hard when you're not doing the best during the meeting, and then a lot of things are running through your head, and especially when you got number 1, you got to perform. So boys did an awesome job. They made pretty much the calls we needed to, and I was quicker and quicker, but a few little things I need to work on.
Started to like this track yet?
Nah, hate it.
And last cheeky question, a pretty good final lineup. Golob, Sayfutdinov, Woffinden and Zagar. Who's your money on?
Wolfie's fast tonight. He's flying, so hopefully for the young boys, Wolfie gets up there. But, you know, you can't rule out Mr. Golob around here.
Good man, we'll see you in a fortnight. Thanks.
Yeah, we'd go along with that. All hail Ty Woffinden, but you've got to put your money on Thomas Golob, haven't you, round here in Poland? We'll find out now as we head towards the final then with Nigel and Kelvin.
Final.
What a lineup it is here in Bydgoszcz. And if you are new to Speedway and you're watching it for the first time tonight, I hope you realise that it's not straight out of the gate wins. This is a spectacular sport. No better sporting spectacle when you have a meeting like this. And we have a tasty grand final lineup here in the motorsportwatch.com European FIM Speedway Grand Prix here in the ZKS Polonia Stadium in Bydgoszcz. And what a lineup for the grand final. Remember, unlike previous seasons where it was double points for the finalists, it's standard point scoring, 3 for a win, 2 for second, 1 for third, and nothing for finishing last. Here we go. Brilliant night for Mr. G.
Strong performance so far.
What a night, his first ever final.
Sayfutdinov has been fast tonight. Don't rule him out. Great lineup here for the big final. Golub's been terrific. Ty Woofenden and Sayfutdinov in semi-final number 2 were just absolutely fantastic, fabulous performances from them. Very difficult to call. Will it be the old master on the inside to make it 8 Grand Prix wins here, or will it be one of the youngsters coming from the outside to really mix it up in that first corner? Fabulous night, fabulous racing prospect.
Golub will be the favourite off the inside. All the fans are on their feet in the grandstand in front of us.
Oh, he's missed it!
From Zagar off gate 2. Matej Zagar with a wonderful start. And watch out for Sayfutdinov. Now Emil Sayfutdinov in Yao up the inside. Emil Sayfutdinov, what a ride. Zagar's coming back for more. But Emil Sayfutdinov has the lead here. And kicking on with Zagar second. Thomas Golub third. And Woofenden at the back. Oh, Sayfutdinov almost loses it.
He does indeed. Brilliant first corner from Sayfutdinov. It comes, hits the front. Here comes Mr. G round the outside. He's beginning to wind it up. We've got a couple of laps to go. Golub now in the middle of the track. Zagar riding round the outside, but Sayfutdinov, he is still out in front. Zagar moving back to the outside. Will he find the extra speed? Sayfutdinov right down on the curve. 1 lap to go, Nige.
Sayfutdinov kicking on here. The boy who lives in Bydgoszcz, but he's from Russia. He's a precious young talent. Golub pushing Zagar, but it's going to be Emil Sayfutdinov with a 4th Grand Prix win of his career. Emil Sayfutdinov!
Whoa, what a ride from the young Russian there. Fantastic display it was in the semi-final to make the final tonight. Knows this place, he's the track record holder, and he fully deserved it on the night. Fantastic performance from him. Do believe my partner here may have had a few quid on him tonight. He's looking a touch excited, but the drinks will be on you tonight, Nigel. But what a performance, what a Speedway event. Got to say, Ty Woofenden will be slightly disappointed with running last in the final, but he can be rest assured that he has ridden supremely well tonight. Zagar also bouncing back after a disappointing night in New Zealand. And Golub, I fancy that he just may have celebrated a little bit too soon after the semi-final, but he's still very pleased to have done a good job tonight. But
still leads the World Championship, Kelvin, at the end of the day.
Solid performance from him, and he really has gone almost through the card. But what a night for Sayfutdinov. He has now come back, hasn't he? He's been a little bit out of sorts. He's had a few injuries over the last season or two. But tell you what, winning here tonight is certainly a major boost for him. Of course, he rode here in the Polish League for a number of seasons, so he has a lot of experience of the track. He's engine tuner. Ashley Holloway is based very locally, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of celebrations in the camp. There's the result, Nigel.
Yep, Sayfutdinov the winner, Zagar second, Golub was third. And what a performance. Thomas Golub leads the Grand Prix on 16, but the winner of the Grand Prix is Emil Sayfutdinov by winning that grand final. Woofenden and Zagar 14 points apiece, so it's Thomas Golub with 30 points, 31 points now, who leads the World Championship. What a night, and some breathtaking racing out there.
Well, that's exactly right. Breathtaking performances, certainly. The semi-final number 2 stands out for me, with Sayfutdinov, Ward and Woofenden really just doing some outrageous moves on the track, and it really was quite fantastic. The final comes up here. Zagar makes a jet-propelled start initially. Sayfutdinov, look at this, right round the air fence, takes the chance and then generates all that speed and then tucks back up the inside. It's a classic Bydgoszcz move in actual fact. and that's where he stays. Golub just couldn't get away from the inside. He took the inside, but this time it doesn't work out for him. You can't legislate them for somebody like Zago making such a good start. And as hard as he tries, Thomas Golub, he cannot find a way through into second place. But the night belongs now to Emil Sayfutdinov. He has been, as I say, he's had some nasty injuries in the last 2 or 3 seasons and has found it difficult to get back on top of the box, on top of the rostrum. But tonight is his night, and you have to say after that semi-final #2 and then going on to win the final, it's fully deserved.
Yeah, sensational Speedway tonight. We move on to Gothenburg in a couple of weeks' time at the Ullevi Stadium, and if you are a new viewer to Grand Prix Speedway tonight, then we hope you've really enjoyed yourselves as much as we have, Kelvin and myself here, talking through the action, shouting and screaming a couple of times, but how can you not when you see some of the action that we've seen here tonight? Steve Brandon is with third place, Thomas Golub.
Thomas, very close tonight, but not close enough.
This last hit is shit and not good start for me. Congratulations, Emil and Zagar. Good race and they're very, very fast in the last hit. I think it's more points tonight in the first play in the pole position.
But for you, you go away from here leading the World Championship.
I think so, yeah. And the second meeting in the more 11, yeah, it's a long way. I think it's a good race in the last. I think it's a medal. Witam serdecznie wszystkich Polaków.
Thomas, you're a very popular man in Bydgoszcz. Speak to your fans in Polish.
Yeah, I live in Bydgoszcz, and it's my fans. I race in the 16 years this track, yeah. Witam wszystkich serdecznie, dziękuję wam za doping, byliście wspaniali. Chciałem bardzo wygrać, ale to jest sport. Sport, który, no niestety, dzisiaj dał mi 3. miejsce, ale daję wam słowo, że będę walczyć do ostatniego biegu po to, by przywieźć jakikolwiek medal dla kraju, dla was, bo jesteście wspaniali.
Dziękuję, Thomas.
He's a legend, isn't he? Thomas Golub, absolute legend. What a performance from him tonight.
Leads the World Championship,
Oh,
Nigel.
yeah.
Can't rule him out.
Matty Zagar was runner-up, and he's with Steve.
Matty Zagar, a great way to bounce back from New Zealand.
It is, man. As I said before, you know, it took a lot of me out, took a lot out of my body and everything, this New Zealand trip. But as I said before, my form kind of came back in Europe, and you know, I've been going pretty good everywhere. So I said, you know, tonight's the night to show it here, and fabulous. You know, I'm really pleased for myself.
How much is a busier racing schedule playing in your success so far this year?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy. This is my 12th meeting or 13th. Thanks to Bellevue, thanks to Start Gniezno, and Checo Club as well. They keep me busy, and I hope I'm going to perform well for them.
Congratulations, well done tonight, sir.
Thank you very much, and thanks for everything. Thanks to Anton for good engines. Thanks home, and for all the fans everywhere. Hello.
Nice words from Matty Zagar. Great stuff from him.
Yeah,
and,
brilliant performance from him.
Yeah.
Really showed a lot of tenacity to get amongst it tonight.
And let's hear from the winner. Emil is with Steve.
Emil, Bydgoszcz, Slovenia 2009 is a long time ago. You win again.
Yeah, I waited many years, you know, so I'm very happy. Thanks for all the fans, and I like his town, so I'm really happy.
What does it mean, this win, to be back winning a Grand Prix again?
I think it's, I don't understand now, because it's I have now this emotion, and I think it will be after meeting, after this parade, will be some emotion, and I say. So I think this track today was really good, so.
Good, and very good work from your team.
Of course, I would like to say, you know, thanks to my whole team, and thanks to my sponsor, of course, to my family, and to my friends. Thanks to Russian fans who coming here.
Well done tonight. Congratulations, Emil.
Great effort there from Emil Sayfutdinov. It's longer than I remember, you know, 2009 since he won a Grand Prix. He's had to be very patient, but he did it in fine style tonight.
Take a look then. The standings now after 2 rounds. We see Golub on 31, Darcy Ward on 25, Hampel, who started well tonight, and Woofenden, 23 points apiece. Good to see youngster Ty Woofenden and Darcy Ward in the top 4 of the World Championship. Superb night of racing. Emil Sayfutdinov stands on top of the podium here in Bydgoszcz this evening.
Well,
Mati
Mr.
Zegard second, Tomasz Golub third.
Well, Tomasz Golub hasn't won tonight, but he's clearly delighted. He knows that he leads the World Championship by 6 points. Sayfutdinov clearly has burst back on the scene with a hugely impressive win. What a meeting to win. When he reflects back on what happened here this evening, he can really feel immensely proud of his performance. Here we go for the national anthem.
Many congratulations to Emil Sayfutdinov, who is the winner of the motorsportwash.com European FIM Speedway Grand Prix. The celebrations will begin with the trophy presentations and the champagne. And we move on in a couple of weeks' time to Gothenburg in Sweden in the Ullevi Stadium. And that will be a leveller. Who knows who's going to win around there?
Yeah, temporary track, it's already in, and weather can play its part there, but there's no without question the World Championship has burst into life here this evening. Quite a long wait, of course, between New Zealand and this event here towards the end of April. So, and what an event it's been. Zegard in second place has ridden supremely well, and he's certainly made his intentions clear. He wants to really make his mark in the Grand Prix this year, and so far so good. Sayfutdinov, of course, who is not racing in Britain this year, has opted out. He's racing on the continent in Sweden and Poland, and of course will be hugely proud of his performance. As I say, when you think about what we've witnessed here this evening, to win a meeting, to win on a night like this, I can assure you is something that will live long in your memory. You will always call back on it, but semi-final number 2 will certainly live long in my memory. That was quite special.
Well, not just that, but many of tonight's races will...
Yeah, but that stands out for me, that one. You know, that was... But agreed, you know, all night long we've seen some super stuff.
Lots of Russian flags on the back straight here in Bydgoszcz tonight. Celebrating the victory, the photographers getting their pictures of the rostrum. And what a superb evening of Speedway here in Bydgoszcz.
There we go then, the fireworks over Poland signify the end of the fireworks on the shale in Poland. Emil Sayfutdinov, what a fantastic performance from the Russian rocket on Polish soil. Brilliant result for him, his 4th GP win of his career. The man next to him in red, Tomasz Golub, though, the local hero, he won't mind too much, finishing up 3rd in that final. A spectacular final to a spectacular evening of Speedway Grand Prix action at Bydgoszcz. So Sayfutdinov then keeps his head up. A great return to form for him. But what an evening we've had. You think of guys like Freddie Lindgren, guys like Darcy Ward. They're coming back throughout the evening. And alongside Sayfutdinov there, Mati Zegard. And you kind of got a feel that Mati Zegard was so close towards the end there in that finale, but he just couldn't quite close down Sayfutdinov. At the end, Sayfutdinov just brilliant drive from early on. They managed to find his way past Golub and push through to take the win. Well, 12 rounds of this Speedway GP Championship. We're going to work our way through. This has been round 2. Up next, it is Gothenburg in Sweden, and that is on May the 4th. And we're back in Poland 2 more times this year. So a big thank you to our excellent commentary team of Nigel Pearson and Kelvin Tatum out there in Bydgoszcz. And we hope you've enjoyed the evening. Close racing here in British Eurosport. Just what we love from the Speedway GP Championship. Long may it continue.